All right, welcome back, everybody. Anybody that's new here, thanks for joining me today. Today's going to be a little bit of a different one. As you guys seen, the lake I am on is a no-wake ordinance. It's been flooded forever now. I can see it was actually just up in this person's yard. It's like an inch or two low. Like if I threw a wake right now, it would go to this person's back porch, basically. So I'm going to see if I can pick off some fish today to make some more fish jerky. If you guys don't know what that is, I will show you a little bit later in this video when I'm hungry, because I brought some along. I kind of consider it good luck. Bring fish jerky to catch fish jerky. That's basically the name of the game today. And it's gonna be a pretty simple one. I have my trolling motor in the water. It's gonna be in the water all day. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by these reeds. This is a really steep drop off, and this lake isn't very wide, luckily. So I'm probably just going to start here, try to find some bait fish, and then run across. I don't know exactly what they're going to feed on today. I have everything from night crawlers, red worms, gulp, some paddle tails, just a plethora of like random baits. But basically, I'm just trying to get some fish to eat. And yeah, it's a pretty nice day outside. It's not supposed to be too hot today, and that's exactly how I like it. So let's go catch some fish. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to throw, oh, that's convenient, a chunk of night crawler on a jig head, see if I can get something to use for bait. Okay, that should work. Let's see what's stacked up off of this brake line over here. Actually, looks like there's some big fish over here, so. Yep. I had something really big. Oh man. Alright. He ate the tail, and I don't have that much bait, so I am gonna have to see if I can catch him with the nubby. Just depends on if they're feeding today. It hit it. What are you? Big old drum. Okay, I don't necessarily want to catch those guys, but they're always willing to play. I have a feeling I'm going to get easily distracted today because I don't have the ability to just like up and move. Okay, I didn't want to start this way, but I don't want to waste any more time. They are tearing my crawler chunk to pieces. So, the little 2-inch gulp does wonders, catches everything. Literally everything will eat this, and then they can't tear it off right away. They will tear it up, but at least this way I got a chance to catch a few fish first. Oh, wrong species. I already know what this is. This dude thumped the crap out of this. And this is why I have 10-pound test. I'm recording. Like I said, I figured I'd get sidetracked pretty quickly here. It's that time of year where these guys are real bitey. Like they will eat lures, which I really need to try to do that here sometime, is just bring some crankbaits out. Oh, this is so much fun. Really glad I got up and came out early this morning. Come on. You're decent, but you're not a freak, so I should be able to. Spaz. See if I can grab this angry little dude without him hurting me. Eater cats for days out here. Oh, I'm so glad I brought the towel too. Oh, you guys don't know it. Well, I mean, if you watch my videos, all of my videos, you know I got fish towels now. So I got them in a bunch of different colors. So pick your favorite team or whatever you want, and yeah, help support the channel. They'll be linked in the description below or just down below, but it comes in handy when you're dealing with slimy fish. But I'm probably going to catch a bunch of those guys today. So I'm still looking for my fish jerky though, because I do want that. Little white bass? Okay, so I don't know if you guys saw that. I caught like a 4-inch white bass. I cut them up. I got little tiny chunks in a baggie. And yeah, I'm gonna see if I can catch some other fish with that. If you guys haven't figured it out yet, everything loves chunks of fish. So I don't know why it works better than gulp, but it does. So figured better try it while I can. Everything is kind of feeding right now, so just trying to get it in front of the right fish. Finally find one? I did. So these guys, I've discovered, turn into perfect fish jerky. You can fry them and do a bunch of other stuff with them, but I found out that I can smoke them, and if I over smoke them, they become kind of chewy, but I can flavor them just like jerky, like peppered and garlic, and like the last time I did hot pepper, it was really good. So I'm gonna get me a bunch of these. I think I found another one. Not quite big enough. You could keep these guys and fillet them and like just cut their heads off and smoke them and stuff like that, but for what I want, they got to be about an inch or two, at least 2 inches bigger, which they get a lot bigger in here, so got to keep my fingers crossed I find those. Okay, I just saw a bunch of fish feeding on the surface, so I switched back to my gulp for a second here. This is one of those lakes you just kind of capitalize on it when you can. What is that? Oh, okay. So they're white bass, they're just really little. But yeah, just cast out a gulp or a jerkbait, start twitching it back real quickly, erratically, and you'll find out if there's a bunch of white bass in front of you. And there's a giant school white bass in front of me. Thing is you gotta kind of move fast, because they move fast. For some reason they're up around this pier. I'm gonna guess there's bait fish. It's funny because they're so they're so small, but they're still so much fun. The thing is this lake has some very large white bass in it. That's the reason I'm making these casts right now. Otherwise, I wouldn't be messing around with them. But yeah, get yourself something that darts under the water. So when you pop this thing, it goes back and forth nice and erratic. And they will chase it down and hammer it. Something big hit it. Is that one of them? Oh, it is. If I can get this guy in, you guys will see what I'm talking about. So I just blind casted. I'm recording. I am recording. I just blind casted up between the piers. A little bit better one. And I was just hopping it back, kind of like you would for walleye. But yeah, that's a decent fish. Kind of skinny. But yeah, they get a lot bigger than that too. That'd be fun if I could find a bunch of those today too. I'm just looking to catch fish and get some food on the side. So yeah, I just was casting between the piers there. Makes me wonder if they're shallow, because the lake is technically up like 2 feet right now. So they could definitely be just piled into the shallows and eating bait fish that are up there too. Okay, I'm done chasing white bass. They move way too quick. So back to a chunk of meat, and let's see if we can get more of those tasty little yellow bass. That feels like a better one. Oh, it's because it's a white bass. I don't need any more of you guys. They're fun, but I have a lot of those to cook still, so don't need any more of those. Oh, I think I found another one finally. Yep. So it would appear these bigger ones are kind of off on their own. Okay, I'm going to show you guys what I came here for. So these are my brown sugar bourbon versions, and they look small compared to the fish that I'm catching, but that's because they're all dehydrated down. So these are cooked for like 3 hours almost, or smoked. So they're, you know, you get that nice caramelization down, and I put a bunch of seasoning on them, so they end up pretty solid, like a jerky. They're still a little bit chewy, but it's like, if you like meaty jerky, that's kind of how it is. If you guys want me to do like a how-to on this, if you need to, you can just go to my DWS Cooks Everything channel. If you're new here, I have a DWS Cooks Everything channel. And this is just a smoked version of like the white bass or the catfish that I do. But I've learned that I could just brine these the same amount of time, same brine, and then just cook them longer, and they turn into these amazing food. So I'm gonna eat these and then get back to finding some more. Okay, I know I just said I was gonna look for more of those, but I just remembered I have a popper turned on, or tied on, and I was just watching a huge school of white bass blow up over here and feed on the surface. I'm gonna see if I can get their attention, because they look like the bigger ones. Got one. That will never not be fun. And I got them feeding again. That's one of the bigger ones. Thing is, you gotta be quick. I don't have my pliers up here. Let's see how many more I can get to go. So the little popper mimics the little minnows they're eating on the surface. Whenever I go to a white bass lake, I usually have it tied on. I don't know if you saw that one by shore. So they're chasing little minnows way up by shore. I think those are littler ones though. Yeah. So the little guys are by shore. But it's all fun. Oh, this guy's got one in his mouth. See? Little threadfin shad. I don't know if you guys can see that. He's got like 6 in there. That's why they get so big in here. I'd love to get one of the giants. This is why you always got to pay attention when you're out fishing. Just head on a swivel. Look like there might have been some bigger ones over this way. I don't know if they're all piled by shore or if they moved. These things move so quick. Oh, there's one. I have very heavy line on here, so I can kind of just rip them in. Stab it. Stab it. But yeah. They love this thing. Anything over by this pier? The trick with this, when they stop popping and you can't tell right where they're at, you just kind of fan cast. They might have pushed all the bait fish right up against shore, and that's why they were going nuts. Let's see. Yep. At least the little ones are by shore. See if we can find a big one. It might just be all those little guys, and I might have just got lucky with the one. Oh, hot on my tail. That's a better one. Oh man, if you never get a chance to do this, I'm sorry. But when they're bigger like this, it's a blast. Like that's a 14, 15 inch weight. Stop me. Like I said, I'm pretty easily distracted. But these guys are, they're just hard to drive by. Like, when you see them, you're like, okay, there's fish there. I don't know, I can't be the only person who sees fish busting on the surface and has to go investigate. I don't care what they are, if they're crushing baits on the top. Oh. There's like 40, 50 of them down there. Jeez. Okay. Now that I've caught every fish that would bite this, this is back to go farming some fish for some fish jerky. What are you? Giant. There we go. Right size. So the break worked out. I must have drifted down towards some bigger ones. I think I got another one. Yep. And when they get big, they get so strong. Magnums. That is what I'm looking for. Exactly what I'm looking for. Did I find a school of the bigger ones? I did. Come here. That's what I'm always looking for. Big old school of these guys. See how many we can get out of this school. There's another one. Was this 3 or I think it's 4 out of the same school. Got another one. Oh my god, that thing's a giant. That would be a little hard to turn into jerky. But it'll fry up good. Dude, these things are getting so vicious. Seems like whenever you find these big ones, they just hammer it. Danger. If you're new to yellow bass, they are basically swimming blades. There's blades here, there's blades here, there's blades here, there's blades here. Stabby, 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 cutty, cutty. Yeah. When you put your hands on them, get a good firm grip. That's not a yellow bass. What are you? I just made a blind cast. Up shallow here. Am I recording? Yep. It feels kind of heavy. It's not doing the catfish thing where they do like crazy head shakes. What are you? Oh, that might be a big cat. It was not. Oh, come here. I figured I'd run into one of these eventually. They love cut bait. They're not even that big. Just really healthy. Lucky I'm not keeping any cats today. Well, I didn't record on the hook set, but I tossed it right back out. I'm like 5 feet from where I was with that catfish, and yeah, this giant white bass came up and smoked it before it even made it down. These guys are never not fun. This is a pretty healthy looking one too. Can't hold on to fish today. I think that's a school of white bass ripping around down there. Yep. These guys are ripping around at like 1,000 miles an hour down there. Wish they were all on the surface. That'd be super fun. Oh, I vertical jigged that one. Some of these guys are so big. That dude almost bent my hook straight. That's a big white bass. What are you? Oh man. That is the biggest yellow bass I think I've gotten out of here. That is a giant. I mean, longest at least. That don't feel like a yellow bass. If that's a yellow bass, it's probably the biggest one I've ever caught. What are you? Oh, white bass. That's one of them super long ones. How big is this thing? 16 inches. That's a big white bass. All right, guys, hopefully you guys can hear me. There's a guy mowing his lawn over here in the background, and it's very loud. I'm gonna call it there on that last big white bass. I think the average size out here tends to be like 15, 16 inches. And yeah, they're always a blast to catch. I think I got about 18 to 20 of those yellow bass. I don't know if I put them all in there. But yeah, today was a really fun one because one, I got more to smoke and turn into jerky. Two, I got on some topwater white bass, which is always fun. Oh man, I love this lake. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, what should I go target next? Like you guys seen at the beginning of the video, this lake is slow no wake. A lot of things are freaking no wake right now because the water's so high. So rivers are pretty hard to go by, and yeah, I don't know what lakes to hit next. But if you guys have any fish that you want me to target specifically, comment below. See you guys next time.